I, Ashfaq Lashkar, representing Ajmal IS Academy, stand before you against the topic that giving education in mother tongue should not be a barrier in pursuing higher education. I would like to start with a statement, Honorable Speaker, I would like to start with a statement that imparting education in mother tongue is not a silver bullet to eradicate the loss and the less educational background of Indian society. I would like to substantiate here, Honorable Speaker, with an example of a recent initiative by the state of Karnataka. The Karnataka, as we all know, it's from South India and they have high sentiment towards their regional languages. But they have adopted recently English as a language in schools, especially in higher schools. Why is it so? Can we question ourselves? And the results are very surprising. You would be surprised, Honorable Speaker, the results are very surprising that they have increased the gross enrollment ratio into a high substantiate manner. So how has this question arisen? Also, if I take you to the constitutional provisions, Honorable Speaker, our constitution in Article 350A states that the states should endeavor education in regional languages to linguistic minorities. My question here is, since 75 years of independence and the coming of Indian Constitution, why are we still asking this question? Why are we still asking this question of imparting higher education in mother tongue? I stand here with the lack of efficiency of the administrative systems in the Indian education system is a question over here. I would like to tell you about the administrative bottlenecks that prevail in the Indian education systems that diverse the mother tongue into imparting higher education. The administrative bottlenecks, Honorable Speaker, states here that there are about 1 lakh. It's a huge number. There are about 1 lakh of single teacher run schools in India. And there are about 20% of teachers who are not professionally trained. So if we talk about education and if we forget about our teachers, how can we shift the mass population from English to our language of mother tongue? This is not possible and this is less efficient in times of modern era. Also, if I talk about the national education policy that we have talked about here, the national education policy does not provide a detailed analysis of how can we shift from one language to another. This is a structural bottleneck. And on top of that, Honorable Speaker, if I take one more step ahead and if I talk about the job opportunities in the foreign diaspora especially, I would like to draw your attention over here, Honorable Speaker, that the job opportunities that after 30 years of LPG reforms, the rise of service industry, the rise of IT industry, and they have recruited people in enormous number. But we have seen that from recruitment level of these private companies to the communication level, we have seen the usage of English. How can we shift those masses? How can we fulfill the criteria of this modern era job requirements? On top of that, if I talk about the foreign diaspora, people do not find jobs in India. It's very hard to find jobs in India. And if people can move to other countries by learning English, and if this is imparted in our mother tongue, the foreign contribution of 3.4% of our GDP will be in loss. Just imagine the impact that will have in our economy. Furthermore, Speaker, I would like to draw your attention over this thing that the impact of this system, what will it provide in our society? It will create a divide. It will create an economic divide. It will create a social divide. And it will lead to a discrimination-based linguistic lines. India has been facing discrimination since long. Since colonial powers, we have been facing discrimination. Since independence, we have been facing discrimination. If this new type of discrimination on linguistic lines and on linguistic lines on basis of education, if it likes, I would like to also just substantiate with an example of Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh, the English education, the higher class, they go for 82%, while the ST class, they only go for 2%. So how can we erase the grassroots level inefficiency and just talk about our mother tongue? I would like to tell you, I would like to conclude here that we need to change the efficiency of the technology and we have to create an innovative model. We have to create an innovative model that can absorb the Indian education system. I would like to rest my debate over here that we need to move together. We need to move together in a unit to promote our national identity and national integrity through the education in globally and as well as Indian economy. Okay, thank you.